The following broadcast is brought to you by Public House Media.
Hello! Welcome to Choose to Rise, housed here on Public House Media. I'm so glad that you're here to give a listen. My podcasts are audio pulled from my live Facebook post every single morning, where I share other healthy living tips, motivational information, and connect with people from all over to live their life as a very best self. If you like these messages, I hope you tell a friend about Public House Media and my podcast so we can spread more positivity around the world. Thanks for listening. On with the show. Good morning. How are you today? I hope you're having a fantastic Monday so far. It is kind of a stormy day here in Iowa, but I am here to brighten up your day and hopefully inspire you to rise up out of your current situation and live your best life. Today, if you're listening to me on the podcast, welcome. If you're listening to iHeartRadio, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're taking the time and listening. If you're here on my live video, watching me later, or here live with me today, thank you so much for listening, and I appreciate your time and your energy. Today, we're going to be talking about problems and how they are only a problem when you see them as problems. And Hey, Lisa. When you see problems as a problem, you're in a victim mindset. And to a victim, a problem is a problem. It is an issue in your life that you don't feel like you can overcome. It is some sort of negativity wrapped around it. But to a leader or to a positive thinker, a problem is an opportunity to get closer to your mastery, to get better at something, to improve your life. And so to work through a problem or work through something, you need to make sure that you are heading in the right mindset. So, getting into that mindset where the problem is an issue that's in front of you, a problem that is something that you can't get through, that is to limit your mindset, to limit your opportunities, to limit your possibilities. And if you stumble and fall, think of it more of a learning opportunity as a setback. It's not a wall that's in front of you. It's something that it's a door to be opened. Kind of think of it that way. One of the things that I talk about all the time with my kids, one of the last things we do affirmations in the car, and you've probably heard me talk about this before, is that the last thing they say before they get out of the car, besides I love you, is when I struggle, I just keep trying. Because when I fail is when I learn. And some of the best opportunities that we have in our life come from the struggles, come from the pain that we've had. So kind of like making your mess your message. That's one of the things that I do all the time here. Making sure that you rise up out of the situation that you're in and look up. A lot of times when we fall and we stumble, our head goes down, and then we just keep our heads down. But if we were to look up, you would see how far you've come behind you, or you look up and you see how close you are to you reaching your absolute goal. You just have to keep your head held high. You have to make your mess your message. You have to keep moving forward, taking those pain and those hardships and turning them into opportunities for growth. So Robin Sharma is who I got this concept from, this kind of idea from, and he is in Maxims, 5 Maxims to Mastery is the podcast that I was listening to when I heard this. And he was telling about a story about how he was he's walking down the streets somewhere, and somebody was singing the song, and he was like, "Oh, you're a beautiful guitar player. Play me another one." And so this guy played this gorgeous song, and he said, "How did you come up with that song? How did you get there? How did you create that song?" And he's like, "Where did that song come from to you?" Because Robin's always about mastery and being your absolute best. And he said, I wrote that song because of my failed marriage. And Robin said, stop right there. He's like, how can it be a failure if if this came from it? How can that be a failure if something beautiful arose from it? And so I want you to think about that. Like the things that happen in your life, the hard things that happen in your life, like my current situation right now with my dad, the crap that's happened to me in my life, the hardships that I've had growing up. I wasn't an affluent child. I didn't have a lot of things, I didn't have too much, but I also didn't always have enough of some things. And so, those hardships, those are the things that develop the grit inside of me. Those are the things that shaped me into who I am today. And so if I were to look back at that and be bitter about those situations, or if I were to look back at my life, or, others would look back at their life and look at the hardships that they've had, there's not in my world, but there's been bankruptcy, there's been failed marriages, there's been failed businesses, there's been bad relationships, there's all these things that people consider failures in their life. But you know what? Like those are things that shape us. Those are the things that create who we are. And we can choose to wallow in the self-pity and stay down, keep our head down when we fall, or we can choose to rise up and be the very best self we can be. And if you are able to build character from any of those things, if you are able to choose a different path because of those things, if they have set you on the path to where you are now, you can't consider them failures. You can't consider something that has shaped you into who you are now a failure. If you've been suffering, if you've had pain, if you've had something that has strengthened who you are, he gave a quote: "Chaos gives birth to the dawning stars." So if you've ever been seen or even heard of like how stars are made, it's like this massive gas rocks swirling in the atmosphere, and then they all of a sudden like collide and a star is born, right? Chaos creates dancing stars. And so think of yourself as a beautiful dancing star. If you've had lots of chaos in your life, if you've had suffering, if you've had pain, if you've had those kinds of things, and you've developed wisdom, or it's helped you become of who you are, if you've shaped your path, if you've helped somebody else along the way, don't think of those chaos and that negativity as a failure. Think of it as a birth to a beginning, as a creation of mastery into who you are going to become. God has developed this beautiful potential deep inside of you. And it's going to be messy trying to find it. It's going to be hard trying to locate that potential inside of you and then use it for His glory. So if you see a problem as a problem, release it as a problem and see it as an opportunity. Fulfill the desire, the prophecy inside of you. If you is another way of looking at it. If you see a problem as a problem, it's actually in physiology in your body. Physically, it creates the chemical cortisol in your body. So if you sense a problem, if you fear a problem, if you have those issues with problems, it produces cortisol, which is a fear hormone inside your body. And then you lose energy, you have a negative mindset, you kind of spiral down into a self-fulfilling prophecy of this is a problem, it's a horrible thing, blah, 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 blah. I kind of felt myself caught up in that this last weekend with my dad. I hate going to those situations. I didn't want to be there. I turned myself into a negative. I was blah, 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 blah. All went downhill. So all of that was happening inside of me this weekend until I decided to turn it around and create an opportunity with it, share my feelings, share my hardships, share those things. I was able to turn it around and see it as an opportunity for growth, as a choice that I was making, that I was not ever going to be that way. That I am going to show my children that it doesn't have to be that way. Those kinds of things. Moving forward. And if you can see things as an opportunity, the same thing gets turned around and you're able to, see the things as a positive. So as a problem becomes fear and doubt and negativity. And if you see it as an opportunity, you see it as hope and strength and blessings in your life. So I hope that you are able to see your problems as opportunities. I hope you're able to turn your mess into your message. I hope you're able to find hope and strength and blessings in your hardships and move forward today and this whole week with opportunities in front of you and opening doors. One of the things that I got out of my daily scripture this morning was that if you knock, the door shall be opened, and He will be there for you, and He will welcome you with open arms, and He will be there for you to guide you in the steps that He has for you. And so same thing, if you're here, if you're seeing a problem as a problem, you're never going to look up and see the door that's in front of you. And God is there for you right by your side every single step of the way. And He is here to help you see the hope, see the strength, and see all the blessings that are given to you. So I hope you have a fantastic Monday. I hope you are able to go out and find the opportunities in every situation. I hope you are taking your hardships or your problems and making them into opportunities of hope and strength, and making your chaos your into dancing stars. I hope you have a fantastic day. Talk to you all later. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to Public House Media, as well as iHeartRadio, and share on my page with someone who you believe needs it. Have a good one. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Please follow Public House Media on Twitter at the PH Media and on Facebook at Public House Media to stay up to date on this podcast, as well as many other things happening on the network. You can leave me feedback on my show, and if you have any questions, comments, or new ideas or topics, I would love to hear them. You can also follow me on my social media account, Choose to Rise Up, at Facebook, and at KJP Meyer on Instagram. I hope you have a great day.